mini masterclass for 2022. Okay, so today each performer you'll receive a report from all our teachers, and then we'll give you a lot of feedbacks for your exam preparation and your upcoming concerts and competitions and all that. Okay, so it's very lovely to have all of you attending here, and I'll let our beautiful MC for today just to announce everyone. So Lily, over to you, Lily. So do you want to just call?
All right,
Yeah.
our first performer is Irene. And to all the performers, so after you finish performing your pieces, you just take a seat at the piano, and then the teachers will give some comments and let you know when you can return to your seats.
makes it Spanish? You know, it's this little dance rhythm. You know, this little dance rhythm. You know, you can go watch some videos on how the Spanish people, they're very famous for their dances. You know, we have this one. So this one. And later on, when you go up higher in the grade, there's a very famous Spanish dance that goes. Have you heard? You know, so this is. Can you hear? It's quite similar. Yeah. So let's just practice a little bit on this dance rhythm. Okay. So it's long, quick, short, short, long, quick, short, short. Do you want to just show me the left hand? Let's give that a try. Yeah. This one's the left hand. Yep. Oh, this one. This one. Yep. How about I move the chair? Okay. Yeah. Do you want to just okay. Yep. So it's long, short, up. Good. The last two, just make sure we are a little bit more, a little slower. Okay, so like this. Okay, better. That's a good one. Okay, so remember that. Okay, keep it a bit more steady, right? Are you nervous? No, not nervous. Very good. So we have this one. Can you just try the opening phrase one more time for me? Okay, yeah. So this one. This one, gentle. Give it a try. Hey, that's a good one. Can you remember that? So whenever we have that, we have to dance very gracefully, you know? Okay, very beautiful, basically. Okay. Now this one, should this little section be this one, or should it be this one? That one. So what do we do differently this time? Yeah. Do you want to show me? Yep. So how about let's try to connect a little bit more, so a little bit more smooth. Yeah. Just the next door. 5, 3, 4, 2. Yes. Yep. We do one here. Yep. You want to try that? 5, 3. Yes. 4, 2. Yes. How about let's squeeze it down? Okay. So squeeze, and squeeze to the next one. That's it. To the next one. Good job, the blackie. Yep, this one. That's the one. Okay. Do you want to just try the opening one more time, and then just whenever we see these slurs, we just squeeze them down. Okay. Give it a go. Yes. Beautiful. That's the one. Okay. Good job. Okay. So I will work on that just to make our Spanish dance more beautiful, like how you dressed today. You know? Okay. Good job, Irene. I'll leave it to the other teachers to talk about the other pieces. Okay. Over to. Okay.
Okay, that's one. Okay, now the other side. Okay, so the buckle food is this. Go. Okay, first of all, very exciting. Okay, because I know your hand is still very small. Okay, but you get a really good sign from the end. That's very good. Okay, so now let's talk about this sign a little bit. Now, if you look at the right hand and left hand, both of them are very busy, right? We have manliness. Okay, so what we need to try and get is, do you know if the right hand is more important or the left hand is more important? Not sure, right? And it's actually the right hand. Because the right hand is a bit more interesting. First, if we listen to the left hand. Is it very interesting? It's very interesting, right? Okay? Yes, it's interesting, but this is even more interesting. Because it's it. So we change it a lot more. So what we want to do is the right hand, so the left hand, we'll try to be a little bit louder if you can. Okay, so what you can do this a little bit louder. So to give it a try, just the first line, okay? So I want to bring down a bit more on the right hand. Continue, that's good. Good, that's it, very nice, okay? And also this one, you keep a very good pose, okay? So the rhythm is very steady. Now, but the rhythm get a little bit harder in around here, right? So in here, we will need to be a little bit careful with some of our counting. And what about we go from, do you think you can start right from here, the second page? Okay, very good. Okay, this is one little bit that we'll talk through. So this one, is it a quick one or do you know how many bit is this note? No, this is a slightly longer one because you know how with the one with the 9, are they usually faster or are they usually slower? They're usually a little bit quicker here. So yeah, so this one you can do something slow. And you try to step back. Good, that's a very nice rhythm. We will try with the hands together. Good, and then let's see if we can continue. Good, very good. Okay, the rhythm is very steady now, and now we can make it even more interesting by looking at here. Do you know what F means? It's either, do you think it's loud or is it soft? Yeah, that's right. F is loud and MP is soft. MP is medium soft. Okay, so we actually go softly. And then here, I want a surprise. Which I do as loud one. Are you ready? So we'll, yeah, good. That's very nice. Okay, we go back from here. We do a soft one. And surprise. Let's give it a try. And now. Let's give it a try. Yeah, that's it. Very good. Okay, because you know the notes really well. Okay, so all we need to do is bring out a little bit more this difference. It'll make it very exciting. Yeah. Yeah, but you get if you see, so there's actually quite a lot in here, right? Okay, but I would say the one that you want to bring out a lot more is here. Now let's look at the ending also. We look at the ending. Now we know MP is sort of medium soft, right? So what about PP? Do you know what's PP means? Yeah, even softer is very soft. Okay. So what about we practice just the last beat? I want to see how light you can make this bottom note. So how about we just try the last beat? Okay. So just try that. That's very good. That's a very soft sound, everyone. Okay, because what happened is we go. This is still quite loud, and then gradually we go softer and softer and softer until the end. We barely hear that. Okay, so let's give it a try. Do you think you can start from here? Okay, so you can keep it light up now. Very good. Okay, just watch out one little bit. In here, we don't have to slow down yet. Okay, so you can keep da 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 da, and then towards the end you can slow down. Yeah, you're doing well. Okay, so so for this piece, your nose is getting very good. So what you should do, you can look at the details, little things like this. Okay, like the MP, and then the staccato also. We can sort of keep it a bit more bouncy. You know what is staccato? Staccato is a very jumpy note. Okay, so where can you find any? It's not a lot, but somewhere here, can you see there's a jumpy or something there? Yes, good here and then here. Okay, so this jump leader is for both this and also Spanish test. You can add a bit of that jump leader because the more bounce here, we usually be a bit more lively, it will be more exciting. Okay, so once you can find some. How do we do a jump leader? You want to let's play a C. It's a C. This is a random note and then this is a bandit and let's trust the card. Good, that's a good job, okay? Because when we want to bounce, where does our hand go? Does it go up or does it go down? That's right, okay? So you just imagine you're jumping and then up. Let's try, let's do. Good, that's a good one, okay? And we'll practice all 5 fingers. Let's do all 5. Yeah, that's it, okay? So every time you see a staccato and up and you have a good sound. Okay, good job, you're doing well. Okay, so keep it up.
Irene, you did such a good job today and you're looking so pretty as well. So, few little things. So, Peter and Gordon have already said lots of things. I think you've done a really good job. Which song is your favourite? Which one do you like more? This one? Oh, that's an exciting one. Good. Yeah, so like Gordon was saying, how we can make it even more exciting is we want to try and do lots of the different loud and soft parts. So like on the first page as well. So now that your notes are going really well, we want to make it super exciting. Okay? Yeah, good job. Well done.
Excellent work, Irene.
All right. Next we have Elvis.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Elvis, and today I'll be playing the 2 songs Over the Rainbow and Midday on the Chocolate. I hope you enjoy listening.
job, Elvis. How old are you, Elvis?
6.5 years old.
6.5. Very good. You look very smart today.
Only because my dad gave me to.
Oh. Right. These two are very, very beautiful pieces that you're working on. You like them? I'll do some work on over the rainbow with you. Okay. So I think look. Do you know where it comes from? It comes from. Do you know if it's actually a musical? You know, it's actually a very famous song. Okay. There's actually lyrics and then it's actually a very beautiful song. Okay. Go have a look at that. Okay, sure. Okay, so look, I think you know the piece very well, and I think most of the time you are actually your pedal changes. You know where exactly they go. Sometimes we just need to change our pedal more cleanly. That's number one. Number two is when we have steady rhythm, like these spots, we just have to make sure that we are really controlled. Because sometimes when we're nervous, what do you think? We play quicker or slower? You tend to play a little quicker. Okay, just make sure. Bum, 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 bum. Do you want to just try that little section first? Okay, so let's take it from there. Okay, yes, we'll take it. Yes, keep it steady. This is good. Oh, very good. Okay, remember. Okay, so because I think you can do all those very complicated, the running notes and all that very well, but now you have to just make sure that these are very beautiful. Okay, very controlled. Okay, that's number one. Now the other thing is, you know what makes it? Where are the more prettiest spots in this piece? Do you think?
Not really sure because the whole song's left hand is half dead.
Okay, the prettiest spots are these semiquavers that we have. Okay, so I just like to give you a little bit of a suggestion. Just when we do these, you know how to make them more beautiful. Okay, so when we have all these little scales going up, going down, you can make them more beautiful by making them more colorful. Okay, number one is this one. So when we have this opening music, okay, when we are going up in the scale, what do you think we should do? A little bit of a. What do you think? Changing to softer or louder? Yeah, so when we go up, we do a little tiny crescendo. And now when we do all these little running notes, all these semiquavers. We're going to make them very colorful. Okay, we're going to do some crescendos, and we're going to use arm and to make it even. Okay, can you remember all that? So that was good, and I'll say for this one you did quite beautifully, but you just slow down a little bit too much, too early. Okay, we just leave the slowing down to the last couple notes. Okay, can you try?
Like from here.
Yeah, I say maybe from here. Start to do this slow. Okay.
From here.
Yeah, around there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to give it a go? Make sure we have a beautiful arm going dong, dee da 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 dee da da da. Yeah. Arm. Control it slowly, arm, slowly, slowly, slowly. Yes, yes. Okay, do that so that you connect your gesture, not just but sorry. Okay? So because before you did that and then you go boom. Okay, make sure we connect the two together. Okay, okay. Do you want to just try the last ending? And then arm, slow motion. Yes, yes. Oh, very good. Very good. That's good.
Hi, Elvis. How are you doing? Good. All right. I really liked your introduction, by the way. You had such a beautiful introduction, a bow, and your jellyfish fingers. Very lovely. All right. Now, I'm going to talk a tiny bit about the song before we move on. This song here, like Peter said, it's originally a song. And a lot of time in songs, it repeats a lot, doesn't it? So we hear this thing so many times. Do you think if every time it sounds exactly the same, don't you think that's a bit boring? No? If it's exactly the
I think
same?
it's actually a bit exciting because there are different things in the gaps.
Yeah, that's the thing. But they're different things, aren't there? So we want to try and make sure that we can show the different things. So remember, the very, very first time, what's MP mean? Ooh, very good. Italian. What's that?
That means
A little bit. Good. And what about the second time?
Mr. Full Time.
Which means?
A little bit loud.
Good. And then what about the third time?
Full time.
Which means?
Loud.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that the first time is a little bit soft, and it gets louder, and then it gets louder. Otherwise, people are going to start to fall asleep in the audience. They're going to, because it all sounds the same.
But then how come this one is different and it's from soft to loud?
Oh, but that's not a huge one. It's just a pretty ending, yeah? Good. And then in your other song, where's that? Over here. Now, your midday. So, for your midday, well done. Good job. That was done very fluent. You know your notes very well, which is really good. Now, in this song, one thing we want to be careful about is just we don't want to have any gaps in between our bars. So sometimes I hear a little bit of a did you hear there's a little hiccup?
I only did that because this says like that.
Yeah, so here we can let go. So here you say, yeah, okay, we can let go. But what about here? Do we let go all of these places?
No.
No, so we want to be careful about that one, okay? And one thing that was really, really good was I like that you had this part a little bit softer than the other parts. So that was really, really nice. Now, do you think on the piano, is it easy to play loud or easier to play soft? What do you think?
Probably middle.
True, very true. Good answers. Here's very smart answers. Very true. I would say it's probably a bit easier to play loud because sometimes when we try to play soft, this happens. Did you hear that?
When?
Yeah, sometimes we can't hear the sound. So be careful. Sometimes we want to make sure that our loud parts are a little bit louder so that when we get to the soft parts, it doesn't go missing. Okay?
Okay, and if you heard the difference between how loud the right hand was and how soft the left hand was,
Yay!
the left hand is supposed to be off.
Good job! Yeah, I was gonna say you did a very good job in both songs or keeping your left hand soft. That's a very tricky thing to do. Good job. Well done.
And then sometimes you're really fast, and then all of a sudden you're back to slow. How can we practice to get rid of all that and make it all the same speed? What can we
Use
do?
a metronome?
Oh, do you have a metronome?
Yeah.
Oh, did you use a metronome?
Yes. Sometimes.
So most importantly, mister, we gotta make sure your notes are all correct. You have the loud and soft, but just remember, make sure it's all the same speed, okay, mister? Got it? And you said I wrote let go. Did you let go just then?
Yeah.
Can you play? Both times?
Yeah.
My ears must be broken. Make sure you always look at your teacher's markings, okay? Alright, good work, everyone.
What's your summer?
Summer.
hear all the pedal changes, you know, when you're performing, you know. So I thought you did very well, and good work on the memory too. Okay, good memory work, and you can hear which hand has the melody most of the time, most of your pieces, the right hand, right? So I thought your adjustment was very nicely done, and especially when it gets to the more complicated section, for example, the later half of the white clouds, right? So later half, and I thought it was overall very controlled. Okay, so how can we make it even better? I would say yes. I want you to so on this topic of the balance, you know, like how we make the left hand softer, the melody more. I want you to think more. Later when we get to the busiest spot, these. Can you give that a try? Let's try that little section. Okay, now, Summer, to make it even better, okay, we have the melody. Now, inside the left hand, which note is the more important one? The bottom note or the moving note? Not sure. So if I play, or if I play, which one do you think sounds better? The bottom one, girl. Okay, bottom one is called the bass note. Okay, so the moving note are the least important one. Okay, so within this balance that you have the right hand more than the left, you want to make the right hand the bass note, and the last one, the moving note, really, really quiet. So if you look at it, so I still give a bit more bass note, and then all these moving notes, I try to keep it down. Otherwise, we'll hear a very thick sound in the middle. Can you hear that? How about you give it a try? So, but give more bass note, more melody behind the middle moving notes. Okay, let's try. All right. Okay, good girl. Stop there. Very good. How about we do the right hand just for a little bit of a practice? Just can you do this for me? 3, 2, 1. Okay, now when I finish, I take my fingers off. Okay. Otherwise, they can sound a little weak. Okay. You give it a try. That's it. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Always think of these keys are like light switches. Make sure we finish one and we have to close it up. Okay? We have to turn it off and then move on to the next one. So, your turn. Oh yeah, keep it lifting, keep it lifting. Can you see sometimes the fingers get stuck? They get a little lazy, right? Okay, just make sure we always lifting, and it gives us a really clear sound. Now, can you do the both hands? Give it a try. Yeah, keep it lifting. More pinky face. Oh, good job. Oh, okay, that's good work. Okay, good job, Summer. Very good. The same idea when we do the opening. More like starting from here, I think. Try to lift those fingers up as well, okay? Can you give it a go? Yep. Lift the fingers. Yes, that's it. Oh, yes. You see? Yes. Let the pinky off. Oh, hey, can you see? Can you see? If we're not careful, sometimes they get stuck, okay? They get stuck and sometimes they just becomes a little weaker, okay? But if you do always lift it off, you get a more clean sound and stronger right hand, okay? But overall, really well done. I think Summer did especially well in this. Those sections are actually quite tricky, you know, because you have to get the right hand balance and all that. So I thought you did beautifully. So when you finish, just make sure the gesture. So after the ending gesture, so when we finish. Good. Now keep the pedal and then leave the hand, leave the fingers, and then kick the foot off. Okay? Can you just show me the very ending, the last couple of chords? Lift it up slowly, slow motion, and off the pedal. Okay? Remember that. Okay, but very well prepared. Okay? Anyone want to add something? Yep, Aaron, you can.
Excellent work, Summer. I especially thought the way you changed the pedal, very, very good. A lot of times we would always hold the pedal too long. They change just before, they change a little bit after. But you didn't try it well. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is fix you. Is in the opening. Beginning. Now, the opening of fix Summer is what we call these lines, these curvy lines. Is it slur? Or is it tie? What do you think? Have you heard of those figures? Yeah? What do you think this is? The time is one that's going between two E flats. What do you think that one's called? Neither. Oh. Do you play the second note? No. But there's two of them, and there's a line. So is that called a tie? Yeah, this one's called a tie over here. Now, what do you notice about the pedaling between the first part and the second part of the introduction? Yeah, in the second part, you have to lift off. Now, we're lifting off on the tied note. So what happens is we're not holding onto the tied note and we lift off the pedal. Does that sound carry through? Does that note carry through? It doesn't. So we gotta make sure in that bars 3 and 4, when we change the pedal, we're still holding onto the tied note. Because we want that bass note. It's a bit empty if we just hit the right hand, isn't it? So we always need that left hand there to help us support the melody. Right? So let's give that a go. Let's go from the very beginning. So we don't have to change pedal. Let's try from there. And it's very quiet. Take your time on the broken chords. Good. Now here it comes. And hold and change. Good. And hold and change. Good. There we go. So it's these little tiny details that makes a big difference between if you're B plus student or A student or A plus student. Because after we get all the notes correct and the rhythm correct, what's next? We also have to ask, how can we make our music sound better and better and better, right? If there was two summers playing two fixed U's, how can the summers beat each other? Do you understand? So we always have to think about these little things. Now, summer, fix you and develop beyond check. Are they very colorful songs or very dull and just repetitive songs? What do you think? Colorful. And how do we make it more colorful? How do we add color to sound? Yes, excellent. So fix you has all these. What's that sign called? What do we do in crescendos? Yeah, so we get louder. And should we start loud or should we start soft? Yeah, let's try that. So all these little mountain-like melodies, you see, even this one goes up and up and up and down, right? Let's see if we can add some color, some dynamics to these. Can we try that? So every time we want to get louder, we must start. And every time we get softer, we have to start. Excellent. Excellent. Let's give it a go. Let's go from the main melody, the start of it. Very still, very peaceful. No mountains yet. Okay, here comes a mountain. What are we gonna do? Beautiful. And then we're coming back down to the mountain, bottom. And oh, another mountain. Good girl, excellent. Okay, how about let's try this part over here. It's a lot of repeats, isn't it? It's just and it's again and again and again. So let's not make it dull. Let's add all the color up and down and up and down. So if we're going up the scale, we should get going down the scale, we should get easy. Okay, let's try that. So start soft. And going up. And we're coming back. And we're going up the mountain again. And the last mountain is the biggest one. We're very tired and we want to have a rest and we want to be very quiet now. Okay? Excellent work, Summer. And this adding color, we can also do it for the Brio, can't we? Because what is the Brio very active or is it just repeating all the time? So up and down like to fix you? Or it's just yeah, repeating all the time. But even with this repeating those, we can make it go louder and then we can make it go softer. Otherwise, if we always just hear is it very exciting? No. So, can you make it exciting for me? Let's try. Yes. Beautiful, Summer. Excellent work. And then what should we do next? And a little bit more. Great. Excellent work, Summer. Excellent control. Okay, so we got the loud, we got the soft, and it wasn't bashing the nose, and it wasn't so soft that we can't hear anything. Okay, Summer? Excellent work. All right. Good job.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, so yeah, very nice actually. And both times I read at the beginning, as soon as you start, you have a very good listening control. So just like so just like Peter said, okay, so still later some sort of small technical part, and I think you can do and what Peter mentioned about the thought of the lifting finger, you can apply that a little bit to the face here also, because of course, those sort of runs. If you have a such a killer finger, we'll have a killer sign. So those are you do the same pattern. But you really make sure all your finger is lift and then it will make it sound nicer. And just like Karen said, basically, and at the end of the phrase, we always sort of want to, every time you're already sounding very nice. So just want to make it better, we just need to analyze the piece a little bit. We just look at the shape of the melody, and then we just follow the shape. And yeah, like good job, you're doing really well. Good work.
Next we have Jaden. Hello, I'm Jaden, and I'm going to perform White Clouds and Goodbye for Now, but not forever.
Do you remember what I said to Summer on this piece? What did I say? Oh, that thanks. Anything else? The busy section. The busy section. What do we do on the busy section? Remember we talked about balance, making something softer, making something more, making something less. Do you remember? Do you want to give it a try? Yeah. Yeah, that little section. You have good lifting fingers, but please remember how you balance your notes, okay? Where it can get really loud, do you think? Your left hand, all the moving parts, remember? Let's soften them. Yeah, let's go. I think I want to hear a bit more. How about I do the right hand, you do the left hand for that. Ready, go. Oh, with pedal, with pedal. Make three, go. Now, you do the right hand, I do the left hand. Ready, go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, go. I think I need more from you. Lift the fingers up and sing it out. Here we go. That's more like it. Now, by yourself. Let's try. Keep it the same touch. Go. More right hand. That's the idea. Okay, so always remember that. So we have a nice balancing of all the melody, the bass, the accompaniment, everything. Okay, so that's more for the white clouds. Okay, but I think the rhythm was mostly good, and the I think it can always be more colorful. But I want to just talk a little bit on your other piece. Goodbye. Can you turn to the other one? That one again, you know it very well. Most of the rhythm is correct and accurate, but yeah, okay. How would you describe a piece like this, Jaden?
I don't know.
You don't really know. Is having a party, or is it more peaceful? Peaceful, right? So this is very peaceful and calm. Now, is it peaceful to the point that it's sleepy?
No.
Oh, not quite, right? So it's still got some interesting parts, right? Interesting little ups and little climax, right? You know where they are? Where are the slightly more exciting or moving section, let's say? Where do you think? Louder section? What do you think? Yeah, do you know where they are? Okay. All these, when we have starting with one note, single note, to double note, to triple note, okay? What does that tell us? The triple note and all these are the bigger moments of the piece, okay? So when we play the softer one, you know what's gonna get you a gesture can always give you a bit of a bonus point, okay? Bit of a bonus point in your performance, bit of a bonus point in your exam, okay? So instead of just playing this, Jaden, if you do, what am I doing? What am I doing? I move a little bit more to the music. Okay? So I don't want to just be. Would you give A+ for this student? You would, right? So we want. Give it a try, student. Let's get some arm movement and make it all beautiful movement in your body with your beautiful music. Okay? That will really give you bonus points. Okay? Get ready to start swimming. Yes. You see? Big difference, right? You can see. Okay? Okay, big difference there. If you remember that, you'll get lots of brownie points. Okay? Lots of points. Okay? Please remember. Just by yourself. Can you do that one more time? Without me. Without you. Something like this. Now, when it gets more interesting, the bigger moments of the piece, can you go from here? Da, da, da. Yeah. Now, big one. Okay, let's get some more. Okay, where's the melody when we have three notes? Top note, middle note, bottom note. Top, get the pinky firm. Can you try that? Get the firm pinky. Yes. Yes. And then diagonal. Okay, and a small movement. But still, they can't look then. Okay. Oh, big difference. Okay, please remember that. Okay, it will make all the difference in your music. Okay, all right. It's all body language. Okay, remember that.
Okay, yes, so let's now we can continue just what Peter was saying, okay? Because for this piece, as soon as I play, I can see you are letting you pay good attention to the left-hand source. That's very good. In general, I think just then, all the soft section I quite like the sound. It's just that when I feel it starts to get louder, and then so it's still kept soft. Okay, so let's talk about how we get a loud sound and how do we get a soft sound. Okay, so do you know what actually? Of course, if you go strong, it will go loud, it will go soft. But what are something that we can think about to help us to get more sound out? What do you think? Let's say, for example, this section, dum 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 is bigger, right? So what can we do with our hands to make it a bit stronger? Press down, yeah, but when we go soft, we still press down, right? Both when press down. So how do we press differently? Is about the treble. So what I mean is, let's say when we want a very soft sound, what do? Do we want to go from above, or do we want to go very close and go down from very close? What do we do? Close, right? It's the same, so it's the opposite. So actually, I think let's do this, okay? I like to do this practice with my students. Yeah, get ready? Don't you see? I want to hit this as hard as you can. Can you try? As hard as you can. Go. Good, very good. Okay. Now this time, put your hands just a little bit above from here. Now press it down from here as loud as you can. Go. Is it very loud? No, and then it's the same. So it's the same as the finger. Okay, you do the finger. So if you want a very strong sound, for example, if I want to make sure this is loud, if you start very close, it's a bit harder for us to keep it. Before I play, if my hand is a bit up, you see, and then you get right thing. Of course, we don't want to go too high. Do you know why you don't want to go too high? We hit the wrong note. So of course, you don't go too high. But when you know you're going down, and same as the finger, actually, even here, when we have a crescendo, can you see what happened to my finger? Now I start quite close to the key, but when I go stronger, what happened to my finger? I lift higher. That's right. So when you get more sound, because the higher is like a hammer. The more high you go, the more power you have. Okay, so let's play this crescendo together. So I want to start. You can start from here. Okay, so still start very soft, and then as you see your finger lift more and more on the crescendo. And now lift and oh no, that was one lift a bit, and then so let's try lift, and then I want a lot of the pinky. Yeah, lift up a little bit and go. Yeah, that's the sound. Now let's go from here again. Stop. Now lift your finger and ready. Yeah, that's better. Keep it. Yeah. Good. Okay, that's not okay, but that's good. I can hear a lot more of the crescendo already. That's good. Okay, and also we talk about these three notes, and then which one is the most important? Is the top note most important, or the bottom the one? Top notes, right? Very good. But now if you look at here, our top note is the loudest, but which strongest finger? Which one is our weakest finger? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pinky is really weird, right? But in piano, most of the time it's actually like this. We need the pinky to be loudest, but the pinky is the weakest finger. Our thumb, many times we want softer, but it's very strong. So what we can do is the weight. So what I mean is when you press down, do you give me a hand? Now I'm going to play it on here and you can have a feel. Now can you see where's my weight? Is my weight on the pinky or is my weight on the thumb? That's right, okay? So in here, when you go down, make sure your arm, the weight should be on the pinky. We'll try one last time, okay? So let's start very nice. Now lift up more, crescendo, and lift up, now ready, pinky. Yeah, now still press on. Oh, and then now please, yeah, and then now please stop that. Good job, okay? Because we always look the pen ahead, because you know how we have a long way to go in the crescendo, right? So when we have this chord, do you want it to be this up? No, right? We want a bit more. You can go there. Okay, that's it. Good job. So basically now, I think your soft sign is very good. It's just all of this now the session. I need more pinky. Okay, I want to really bring up the crescendo and then. Alright, good job. You know what to do.
Quickly add before you go, Jaden. Before you start to play any piece at the beginning, what's the most important thing you need to do first? I don't know. No wonder. Very important. Before you start to play, there's no rush. Whether you're doing an exam performance, you're not in a rush. Make sure you get ready first. So before you started to play, you kind of, wait, wrong one, and then you have to move and adjust. So it's very easy to kind of figure out. And that goes for everyone here, because most of the time when you're playing at home, you're not nervous, you're probably going to be playing a lot better than when you're very scared and there's lots of people watching. So before you start, take a moment, think about, okay, firstly, where should your fingers be going? Think about all those things that your teacher has been saying over and over and over again in class, so that you can try and remember those details. So you don't finish playing and like, oh,
Well, you didn't. Okay. Well, it's quite a new piece, isn't it? Yeah. That's okay. So I think yeah, good job getting to the end. It's a beautiful piece, isn't it? Yeah. I'd just like to work on the ending with you, just to start. So when you do this, these are what values are they? Sorry? Semi-quavers, okay? And then what are these? Quavers. So what's the relationship? Which one's faster, which one's slower? By how much? Yes, so this should be half the speed of that. So we go down, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and down, 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 2, 3, 4. Okay, the whole ending is actually a lot more dreamy-like and a lot more slower. Okay, so don't need to rush that. Do you want to just try that little section? So let's put the pen down. Make sure we find, like Lily said, find out spot. Da, 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 da. So if you all of a sudden have all these beautiful, it's too much of a surprise. Keep it pretty like that. So when you do this, it still keeps the sound. Can you try that? You should pedal. Yeah. So off like that. Okay. Try. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, and then to make it really special. Okay, wait a little bit for that ending to make it prettier. Okay, you try. And up the hand slowly, slowly. Okay, remember all that. Okay, so that's the ending. Okay, make sure you know the difference between your semiquavers and quavers and all the whole lot. All right. Now this one, there's so many. Whoa, look at all these markings. Like wow, it's like a fishing nest now, right? Oh, so many notes, so many semiquavers, so many sharps and flats. Okay. So now look, I want to talk about is where is our melody? Are the semiquavers our melody? What do you think? Yes and no. How about you tell me? You're the teacher now. Tell me how
Because sometimes they're like
there's change in the melody. Okay. So what about these groups? Okay. So when we have da 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 da, so we have where are the melodies? Which note? Okay. Do you see there's a little line at the top of every first note? Okay. That actually tells us, okay, if our hands are big enough, we'll hold it. Okay. If not, this is actually where the melody is. Okay. So we have. That's our melody. Can you see? That's the line. Can you see? So if you was, do you sing? Heard. Yeah. So basically, we want to highlight all these. How about you just play me the see? Melody. Okay. Which hand is the melody? That's it. Just like that. Okay? So let me show you. So okay, so just let me show you so this little section. So we have like that. Okay? So even though we have so many notes in between them, sing out the first note and then hide those to the background. Can you just do that? Can you try just doing that in the right hand? So sing the first note and hide all the other semi-equivalent notes. Oh, but in the pedal, only works. Do change. Change the pedal. Keep going. That's it. That's it. Do you understand? So not every note in the semiquaver is rather melody, okay? You have to really always locate and spot it first, okay? And then make the adjustment. Otherwise it sounds too busy. Okay? You understand? But good work, keep it up, okay? Anyone want to add?
Okay, yes. So now, so of course, I think for the main film, just like Peter said, we want to really find out this melody because for this piece, it's even harder than a usual piece because this piece, the melody is hidden. It's hidden in the middle of the voices. Because you know how most of the time the melody, where is the melody? Usually it's in the right hand, right? You know how when we play like the Paul Bianchi, another goodbye, and for now, they're all the melody is in the right hand. So it's very easy for us to pick on. Just to voice the right hand, left hand stop. Now, but for this one, we keep switching around. So that's why we want to be just very careful because in here all the way, even in this song moment, we still have the problem. That is a tricky part. Now, I guess we can run through a bit of a small technical part that we should be careful. Is the here, okay? All these arpeggiated chords, they are a bit wide, right? So you should do a jump. Now, but we have all these semi-playback here, right? So what we need to be careful is sometimes I hear da 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 da, and then when you do the roll, and suddenly I hear or feel like they have pause. So you should sort of prepare and try to get a bit smoother in the beat. Do you think you can start here or here? Wherever you find easier. Getting closer, that's it, okay? So, because here, the left hand is quite hard to go fast, right? So what can we do to sort of make sure it sounds very smooth? Because right now, because we have so many notes to get through, right? They're thinking you can actually just start a tiny bit earlier because this one, the thumb, you can see that you need to sort of go into the beat, right? So imagine this, you should sort of start a little bit earlier. So that way you can keep the pulse very smooth. Let's try that again. Good. And then we'll add the bar in front. Yeah, that's better. You get the idea? So every time when you have to do some trick here, you know that okay, this is a very wide one, it's going to take a bit of time. Then you should make sure, do you want to start the pinky with the nut? What do you think? Where should the pinky start here? Should we start together with this person? No, so where should we start? We should still a bit of time from this tiny bit so that way we can keep the fluency, okay? Because in here, we have a very good semi-quaver flow. So this sometimes, so because we have quite a lot of this roll call, so we just need to be careful and we don't sort of suddenly delay the beat too much, the pulse too much, the roll, okay? And now, let's continue a little bit. There's one sort of section Good. Okay, good job. Actually, you know it very well. Okay, yeah, you can see all the so fast practice. And then once you get more comfortable, of course, this one, do you know? Oh, actually, let's have a look at it. How many lines do we have here? 3 lines. What is the 3 lines called? So 2 lines is semiquaver. So 3 lines is something. Oh, Coco, say again. Close, but not the same word. We use demi-semiquaver. So, you want to try saying it? Demi. Good. Do you know what about if it's 4 lines? Do you know what happens? Or we should add another word in fact. But it's a different word again. Close is hemi. So we do hemi, and then what is hemi? After hemi is good. Hemi, demi, semi. And what about if you add another 9? We have no new one. We go back to hemi. So for demi, hemi, no, sorry, semi. We go back to semi, hemi, demi, semiquaver. It's a get longer and longer. Of course, you usually don't see all of it. So how many bit is the demi semiquaver? It's a tricky one. Yes. So a semiquaver is a quarter. Yes, an eighth. Okay, so once you get comfortable, because right now you're playing this a bit like almost like a semiquaver tempo. So try to once you get comfortable. I think that was very even. Do you try once? It's a little bit quicker. Let's see how it goes. Good. That's it. Okay, and then do you know what is our target? This sounds like it's something like a flow. It's like a flow of water, like a waterfall. You want to try one last time? It's okay if it's a bit uneven. Try even quicker. See if you can do like a nice speed roll. Getting better. That's it. Okay. So how do we try to get faster? What is the practice we need to do? So fast practice. Okay. So that way will help you to really get the tempo. Okay. So good. And then of course, and this here, yeah, be really careful. It's actually there's one thing very interesting that we don't really notice, but it's something that is very good to be aware. Let's say here we do 1, 2, and then we just off the pedal, right? Now, when we off the pedal, are there different ways of going off the pedal? I'll show you. This first one, so I'll off it at 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. This time is 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear the difference? So which one is a bit more gentle? Yeah, that's right. So be careful when we sort of this sort of very gentle piece. If you also first of all you can hear the sound, and also it sounds very subtle. So let's go and have a very gradual sound. You always off a bit more gently. Okay, do you want to try? This is the ending. This is the last three chords. Yeah, it's a bit lower. So that's that. Right, G sharp. No, the pedal of it. The sharp third time. Gently. With the hand also up. And then few times again, last chord. And then the sound. Good. Getting better. And then remember when we off, which part of our hand go first? Does the finger go up first or does the wrist go up first? Yes, I want gentle. Go a bit higher. That's right. Okay, so both the hand and the pedal should be very gentle, no fast. Alright, good job. Okay, you know what to do.
Next we have Dylan.
sweep by and fly. So sweep by and fly. Do you know the form of the piece? Is it? Okay. We have how many different sections? Do we have? About bigger sections that are different. About 4 or 5? Yeah. Yeah. About 4 or 5. And you see all these little bits before each chapter. They have some markings on them. You see? You know what they mean? Yes, variations. Variation 2, variation 1, variation 3, and 4, right? So this is called a thing and variation form. Okay? That is the form of the music. Okay? Do you know what that means? It means that we have a simple melody, and then we fancy it up. Every time we have a new presentation, we do something different. Okay? So what's the form of this kind of music called? That's a theme variation. Do you know what's the most famous theme variation song? That's the variation. And you have like that. Okay, so that's thing and variation form. Just like this one. Okay, one simple melody but repeated everywhere. Okay, but in all different presentations. So when we are tackling something so big, something so long, you know, the whole piece is I think it's about 5-6 minutes. How should we do it? Should we do it all in one go? How should we do it? Yeah. So we cut it into many small sections, right? Okay. So is that the kind of practice you do? Or you should. Okay. So don't try to play the whole thing through all in one go. But let's say Monday we work on variation 1, on Tuesday we work on variation 2, and then we chop it up into many smaller sections. Okay. That will really help you to perfect each individual section. Okay. That's number 1. And within each variation, there's a little structure. There's like an A part, B part, A. Okay, so just make sure you know all that. Okay, but I say good job. I think Dylan, since the last time I've heard you, you can actually look at you. You can play octaves now. There's a lot of fancy things happening, right? This introduction is very impressive. You know, which part do you think I'm talking about? Yeah. Can you make it impressive for me? You try Okay. Well, it's better than first time. Okay. We sort of play. When I asked you to play more impressively, I think you played master. Okay. And I think what you can do is this is like storytelling. Okay. If you're gonna deliver something, pace it out. Okay. Plan it out. So we have start bottom. We start softer and slower, and then gradually. Louder. So that whole thing makes a whole package to make it really exciting. Okay, so slow and go up to the top, big. Can you try that? So just on that, yeah. So slow and soft. Big up, big up, big up. Not bad, not bad. You're almost going to fall off the chair. Okay. And hey, we need to do this. New pedal, clean pedal. Okay, stop. Do you want to put the look, whatever. like that. And new pedal. New pedal. The last one, did I play softer or louder? I play softer. Listen. Like a finishing. That's the idea. Okay? So that's number one. So you want to make all these colorful spots really well planned. You understand? So lots of where to slow, where to get loud, where to do this, where to do that. And then I would say I would really encourage you to practice in not just in little one variation at a time, but also in how much can we chop it out into smaller sections, into little phrases, okay? Into little phrases. So we can just practice, for example, one of the fancy bits, for example. Can you just, that's one phrase, okay? So just a logical phrase, just one little melody. Can you try that? Almost. The other thing is, when we have this, that's called the, what's that called? That's the melody, okay? And what about all these? What are those? Not the melody, but they're more like decorations. Yeah, decorations, okay? So do we play the melody louder or the decoration louder? Melody. Okay, so I will do, and then like. Can you try that? Oh, did you? Better. Okay, remember, so one little phrase, we have to actually make a lot of planning. Do you understand? And I was saying, please keep it even softer. Sometimes I feel when you play it can be quite loud in the left hand. Okay? Can you just play this out? Can you try? Always keep a good balance. The same for this one too. Okay, we don't want to hear the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You understand? Can you try that? Yes. Okay, so I say just wherever you have in the nocturne or the fancy bits, make sure we make them. We have little ups, little downs, little downs. It goes make sure this one we have good fingering. Okay, I think yours fingering going up is okay, but the fingering coming down is a little bit interesting. Okay. It should be the same on the way down as well, okay? That way it will help you play more smoothly, okay? But keep it up. These are very challenging but beautiful pieces, okay? Anyone want to add anything?
I'll just add a quick thing to that, Dylan. So with these two pieces, kind of like going on what Peter has said, we want to add in lots of dynamics and shaping to our music to make it sound really pretty. Yeah, because both of these pieces are very pretty. So just as Peter was saying that we should be practicing in phrases. Now, can you tell me how we're going to make our phrases sound nice? What should we do with our dynamics with the phrases? Do you think we should start loud or soft? Good. And then? Very good. And then? Yeah, exactly. Good. So with all of your phrases, and the good thing is both of these pieces, it's the same thing. So if you get really good at this, sure all of your phrases, you want to start off with a soft note and grow in the middle and then fade away at the end again so that we get a really nice shaping. A lot of the times it can be quite tricky because the thumb is often playing the first note or it's playing a note that shouldn't be loud, but our thumb's a very big finger, so it can stick out a little bit. So we want to be extra careful of that. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, good luck. Next we have Ian.
Ian.
Hello, my name is Ian. I'll be performing Prelude C sharp minor of 302 by Rachmaninoff and Moskowski's Etude by F major. Yes.
Yes.
Number one fan.
Number one fan over there, right? Look, big pieces, Ian. Big pieces, Ian. Very, very exciting. Do we all see Ian's gesture of the way he plays and really blend in with his music? Keep it up, okay? Very well done on that. Okay, now, few things. I say, of course, Muskowski is slightly newer, is it? Yes? Just, I think you might want to memorize and then just make sure, like Lily was saying, did you hear what Lily said? What did Lily say?
Look at the keys for the voice stop, otherwise you'll sour.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Yes, very cool. Okay, great. Okay, do you know what this? Okay, this is a very famous piece by who? Okay, Rachmaninoff. Okay, so this is his number one famous piece. This is the. Do you know what the piece is about? Go read up. There's a big story behind it. Okay, so this is not just anything because this is the big bell. Okay, it's the prelude. It's talking about the bell. Do you know where Rachmaninoff is from? Russia. Yeah. So and in Russia, there's the Great Gate. Okay, and then they have these big bells, and that's these. These big ones. And all these. What do you think these are? That's the bell. What are these? So after you have the bell, like the echo from the bell. Okay, so these are the echo. Okay, so so you have to make the sort of the more creative side of things happen. Okay, so just this is the bell, and then these are the echo from the bell. Okay, sometimes I can see you trying to change, you try not to change, and sometimes if you don't change, it's too blurred. All that can be done if we have an even better voice. What is voicing?
Voicing is you manage to make other notes clearer than others, although playing it at the same time.
Yes, when you play multiple notes at the same time, we're highlighting one particular. Which note are we? Which finger are we trying to highlight most of the time? The pinky of which hand? Right hand. Very good. Okay. If you can exaggerate that a bit more, you're gonna get a really good. Sometimes you can actually afford to have a slightly more blurred because sometimes you see. If we make a very well voiced chord, I can have 3 chords all in the same pedal. Okay. But if I'm not very voiced. Very blurred. Can you see? Okay. So do you want to just try to do a big one and then boom, 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 and just on that pinky. Okay. Oh yes. Are you using the middle pedal? Oh wow. Good job. This one doesn't have the middle pedal. So just in case you come to a piano that doesn't have the middle pedal or the middle pedal doesn't work quite well, you can actually leave it on, but just make sure we have very good voicing. Okay, so like if you have, because when we have, I can hold on to change from here. Can you try one of these, just the longer one? So I said, look, you know this piece very well, and I just think you can now possibly just push the speed slightly more, because at the moment just slightly on the slower side. Okay, it's a slow pace, but at the start it's slow, but it's going to move a lot more. If you look at the suggested tempo, it's going to be more. What major or minor key?
major.
That's a good job. Can you show me that E major is coming through? Okay, so that's the first part, okay, and the ending, all the same, okay? Now let's look at this exciting middle section. I thought you did a very, very good job, okay? It's very exciting, it's very difficult too. And then you try to bring out all the top notes. Can you try? I'd say once you bring it, once you got the first couple lines all settled, you need to go a little bit more exciting on them. What did Darren wrote?
Climax.
Climax. I need to hear a lot more of that. Okay, can you try that? Show me how you plan it out, this excitement. Okay, let's go. Go for it. Yep. Okay. What does it say here?
At the top.
What does that mean?
Getting angrier.
Well, you express
You express that with the music, of course. Getting angrier, yes, agitated, right? So, do you see the suggested tempo? You see?
1, 4, 4,
Yeah. Compared to the opening, like, is that double the speed?
Yeah.
It's like, is that double?
Triple.
Almost triple, isn't it? Yeah, almost triple. Okay, I said, so first of all, make it more flowing in the first section. Now here, okay? I said, very nice. I like everything that you do. I like how you highlight all these, all inside hide them. But from second one, start to move a little bit more. So first you can be more dramatic. Okay, can you try that just to stir the emotion a little bit more? No. Chord change, your foot gets really busy too. You need to, you get a sore feet afterwards. When you speed up, your foot needs to speed up too. Otherwise, it's still blurry. Okay, but don't do it with that noise. Okay, can you try that? Tired? It's very good job. Have you heard recording of this piece?
Yes.
Who did you like?
Kissing.
Kissing. Oh, because he's also Russian. Good. What do you like about Kissing's playing?
Well, he's like, I have to look music.
That's exactly it. Okay, so you know the biggest moment. Okay, I think you might need to train up your stamina. You know, yes. Eat more before the before the gym, because once you pick up the speed on this big bass note, kissing does it really crazy. Did you hear? It's like foot start to shake and your hands start to just go nuts, right? Okay? And when all that, all you need to do is, what do you hear when I play? The pinky. So you try that too? I think you need to drop your shoulders. Back straight, drop your shoulders, try that again. Shoulder. Try that one more time, that's the idea. The other thing is, after these two big moments, when it gets to the last section, this kissing plays slow, like the first. Check again, okay? It's heavy, but if once we picked up the first section, your last section has to keep up the excitement too. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's lots of F, and all these everywhere. So after your ending, after the crazy moment. Just like the first section, okay? Can you just try that? The big one, and then show me how you lead into the next one. That's all for the rack. And then what do you think? You just need to do lots of slow part. Lots. You know, lots of this. Did you do? Lots? Oh, do it for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Okay? Okay, do lots of that. Anyone want to add anything?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess we can go through all the important points. Okay, I'll just talk about this few some of this critical points. Okay, but you are also you're doing the music, coding. Okay, be careful the end of the background note. Do you remember what's the written? This is the long phrase. What is the written in there? Do you remember? So what's the phrase? One beat. What about this? When do we come in the second half? The high one. Is it beat 2 or beat 3? B2. And then how long do you hold for them?
6 beats.
So, it's simple. So, you have a check?
Have a look.
So,
Oh, I did play this.
so it's like quarter beat and then it's 3 beats. So just be careful
Yeah,
because.
I just did play it.
Yeah, that's right. So time tag. Of course, here we can do rubato, we can slow down. I'm sure. Dum, dum. Don't of course you can slow down, you can do a bit of rubato, but overall the pose, just be careful the content in the pose there. Okay? Yeah, and of course, so fast catches for Marcel Street. Also the referendum. Do you do so fast catches for that? Yes, okay, the dum dum da da da. Of course I can see you want to go faster, but the evenness is hard, right? So you see it's all about so fast catches. Now when you do the dum 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 dum, how many fast and how many slow? Okay, show me.
When we do song, we go.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you put them? You show me. I mean, it's so fast practice. Okay, this is about. This is primarily about the chest. Okay, so what about the next one? After we do the 3 notes, what do we do?
We do the 6 notes.
Very good. What about for the bubble for the earlier part?
We do one group and then 2 groups.
Good, that's right. Okay, so good. Just do a lot of this. But the key thing about this is when after you do the slow fast, make sure your pinky is still holding it. Because that way it will really help you to practice playing the topic. So sometimes when you focus on the slow fast, you will miss the pinky. So make sure as long as you keep the pinky flat and the go. Okay, so yeah, good job. Now we have
Last bubble, Phil.
Bill.
Bill will be ready.
Phil, he will actually be recording this performance for one of the stages of the segment. So if everyone in the audience could just keep the noise to a minimum for this performance, that'll be really good.
Hi, I'm Yushin Bao. I'm entry number 10 in event number 200, and I'm going to play Una Bach Lotion by Rebel.
Okay, now we can talk for a little bit. Okay, so and I guess before we sort of dive right into it, let's talk about the piece. What's the story? Of course, it's the name of this day, right? So, what do you imagine?
It's a boat on the ocean.
That's right. Okay, it's a journey. Right? Because it's a long piece. How long is this? Around what? 7 minutes.
Yeah.
7 minutes. That's right. Okay. So, and there's quite a lot of things happening in the journey. And basically, you are painting an esque story. You should put a show. And I can see quite a lot of care in sort of the melody, and we'll go through some of the words in the melody. And the thing about this, right? What the fast one? What are they?
It's a wave.
They're wave, right? And so they should always be sort of constant, very smooth. And right now, mostly are quite smooth. Here and there, there's a technical part that you should get the smoothness, because as soon as some of those sort of fastener become a bit uneven or still some in and out, it sort of interrupt a little bit with the flow of the piece. So we want to watch out for that. And also, it's very repetitive, right? There's lots of repeating bar, and that's a challenge because when we repeat, what do we want to do?
Contrast.
Yeah, but at the same time, can we just do 40 piano like Mozart? No, right? Because we wrote this style. So that's why we did a lot of thought. Just you choreograph all 7 minutes, every single moment. I can see a lot of them you're doing well. For example, the da 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 da. I can see there are some really good ones, but I think sometimes in the middle, I mean before the note, I start to lose a little of that sort of sense. So yeah, those are the details that we can go through. Because for something like this, because such a long piece that you want to focus on one session at a time and really dive into the details and really sort of learn the details in your head. Because what happened is, let's say, the thing about essentially same as any other pieces, but the more difficult the pieces, the more important this is many of the time something that, let's say we have a decrescendo or a crescendo, and when we focus we can do really well.
Yep.
But after we do it, we just need the repetition, because not only we need to be able to do it when we focus on it, we want to get it to the point that maybe in the performance you're very nervous, you should slow down, but you repeat so many times, your hands automatically will remember to slow down, to go louder. Yeah, this is something that is really helpful to do when you do some more challenging pieces. Now, let's read through some of these sessions, okay? And now, I guess we can let's talk about the beginning first of all, okay?
Yep.
So, of course, this is our sort of very constant ostinato. And what is the changes when we go longer and longer? Okay, tell me what are the main changes?
So you start very soft.
Yeah.
And then you encounter like your first melody.
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
the melody repeats, but this time you soften it. And at the end, like, the melody repeats again, but this time you develop and go.
Yeah. Good, very good. And there's the pen, okay? And then basically right now, I think you get the idea, but many of the the execution, you can just keep working through. Because right now, the left hand, I can hear the melody voicing, but at the same time, there's a tricky part at this level. Not only to bring out the melody, you also to voice the melody in the left hand. So this is the direction. Now, and let's jump forward. We'll just do a bit of practice together on this middle section. Let's work through this random section. Do you know when I talk about a bit about uneven runs, you know which I'm talking about? Is actually this one that I want to talk a little bit about, and this one.
Yep.
Because this, what happened to the left hand? Do we play much left hand?
Left hand melody.
Yeah, left hand is melody, but it's very sparse, right? It's very split out, so it's actually really exposed. So you want to be a bit careful. Don't you show me this a little bit? Okay, good. That's it. Okay, actually getting better. There was already a little more steady. Now, let's talk about the left hand. So this second time, right? First actually is quite detailed. You can see. So in here we have a setup. The left hand I think need a little bit more of the accent to come in always here. And what about the second? First one we face off, right? What about the second one?
Second one is louder.
Let's spin it out a bit more. Let's try. And magical. Oh, that is the first time a bit more so I can hear the face up. Okay, now let's talk about the evenness here. What is some good practice we can do for this writing evenness?
For this part.
Just the just even just the repeating one. Just
Evenness.
yes. What can we do? Let's say the writing may go fast. I find the evenness not very good. What are some practice we can do?
We can do. Think circle practice.
What about just the writing?
Just
Let's
the
say
writing?
the writing. Let's say or this sort of run. This sort of runs.
And
Then
like
you have trouble
so fast.
so fast. How will you do it so fast?
You have one group slow and other group fast.
Okay, we can try that one first. So for example, which one do you usually find the trickier one? We'll just take a sequence. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Show me the writing. Okay, and then after that, what can we do? So fast, slow, so fast. Okay, I'll just basically, this actually, there's many, when you go, if you really want to get that 100% control, there's many different patterns we can do. So besides the 6 slow, 6 fast, what can you do?
You can group them together.
You can actually group whatever group you want. You can do 4 slow, 4 fast, 3 slow, 3 fast, 5 slow, 4, 5 fast. If you want to nail that perfect section, this sort of stopping practice, but with like a off-beat rhythm, is where you really can get 100% control. Do you want to try a little bit? It will feel a bit funny. We'll do a 4 slow, 4 fast first.
What's that one?
With just the right hand. That 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now this time we do, let's try, we do 3.
3.
1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yep. You got that? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Choose your off because it's cross cycle. And we'll try another one. I want 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yeah, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, you feel that. This one you see that very slower time, and then you can gradually work through. Now, do you know what are all these sort of cross practice? What was the purpose of this?
To make sure how we play it smooth.
First of all, it definitely helps the evenness, and it helps it with any of the accents. If you're used to listen some sort of pattern, then you tend to maybe play the thumb a bit louder, play the chord a bit louder. When you do this sort of practice, it will help us to smoothen out all the sort of accents, and it just because for this case, as I said, all the runs, right? Yes, it's a wave. It's just a wave next run. They should not disturb the melody. So that's why those are the part that you can work with some of the practice. Because of course, so far practice is always the basic. But when you want to step it up, let's say there's a particular section you know you only usually have trouble with the evenness. That's the one something you can look at. Yeah. But and another thing is yeah, be careful of the melody voicing. Again, it's first in here for this any piano, especially for well, you need to adjust based on different piano, right? If you hop onto here to play, how you want to play this will be very different to how you want to do this, right? So and what are something that we should be careful when we need to listen for? What's the first as soon as you start? Right at the beginning, let's say right at the beginning once you sort of hear the melody, it's the balance. The bit now, yeah, you should really sort of you have 7 minutes, quite a long time. You should start to get used to sort of the characteristics of the piano. For example, in this piano, do you think this piano is a good piece for the Ravel, a good piano, or is it a difficult piano to play?
I don't know, my piano at home sounds better.
Yeah, it's quite different, right? Is it? The piano at home sounds, is a piano at home brighter or sort of softer? How do you think?
I don't know, mellow.
Mellow, right? Yeah. I actually think this is actually quite decent because they have a very mellow sort of ish as in the sound. So yeah, but of course we don't always get to pick the piano. So when you have a brighter one, then those are the control that we look for. So that's what actually So actually, what you want to do, but when, especially at the high level, it's very, when you prepare for a high level exam, it's always great to play in different piano.
Yeah.
We have choices, so many different rooms. What you should do, you should hop in, and try to adjust a bit.
Yeah.
All right, okay, it's gonna be a difficult one. Let's try a little bit, okay? This piano is quite a challenging one for the well. You want to give it a try? And let's just want to try to adjust on this one. Yeah, spicy. Secondary melody because it sort of gets so loud. So it's like a call and response, right?
Yeah.
So right now the bottom line I can barely hit that, maybe not that a bit more like that. And then also, but this one, is it? Are you going for louder or going for softer? Softer. What about this one? What about this one? Are you going or so is it also face up? As in what about the low one? You know how did you go down?
Yeah.
Okay. What about that one? Are we facing off? Are we?
I think you the same.
Yeah. So what I mean is something like that. This level is actually quite. There's actually many ways. It's not only one single way that you have to do the facing that way to make it sound good, but it's just something that you need to sort of be aware and sort of decide. So musically, so
Yeah.
what works and yeah. But so basically, I guess for this piece, I think technically, it's just the flow. You should have a very good control, just very even smooth flow, and then that way, and just keep paying attention to your melody. It's quite. I can see basically all the faces are all pinned, so and this is to really get the execution, and then yeah, you know what to do.
He marked the whole thing.
Oh, you did it yourself? Good job. Do you listen to other recordings of this? Yes. Do you have a favorite of the pianist?
I wonder.
Do you have a favorite version of this?
Yes, of course.
Who is?
By Yu Jia Wang.
Oh, very good. Yeah, this one is always definitely very good for males. Yeah, good. Okay, because what I mean is listen to recording is everyone do it, even at a very high level, even professionals. You always can learn something from them. So good. So basically, right now, technically, I'm sure you sort of know what to work on. So basically, just to keep looking at all these sort of fine details in terms of all the ideas. All right, good job.
And good job for adjusting as well to that piano. That's a difficult piano to play on. You did a good job. I think Gordon went through a lot of those details in terms of colour and evenness. One thing that I'm going to add as well is in particular for the right-hand sections during like for example, like the beginning section where it's like long notes, slow sections, when it's not all those semi-quavers, busy semi-quaver sections. On your music, there are all of these curved lines everywhere. I can see them from over here. What are they?
So,
Yeah, what does that mean?
you have to make them legato and hold them.
Yeah. With the legato, I think at this level now, you can really exaggerate. Yes, that! You didn't do any of that while you were playing. You can really exaggerate the finger legato, so actually holding and connecting your fingers, you didn't do that in a lot of those sections.
Yep.
With playing legato, when it's like the lower grades and we have the pedal, it's okay, we let you get away with it. At this grade now, try and really hold and connect those on those lower sections, I would say. Yeah, anything else you want to add?
Technically, at this level, you really know what to do for interpretation, but it's going to help you make smooth out those more silent right-hand arpeggios. Usually, when you want to play soft, firm finger or use another thing, touching the notes or lifting? How high?
And just above the
Yes. Okay, so you just have to maintain that firmness in the finger, but also maintain just a little bit of lift. Okay. But besides that, Gordon, really mentioned quite a few things. Looks your markings and shouldn't hear any more yelling from here.
I think he did well.
I don't think I did well at all. Yikes.
All right.